This is the iPhone 17. As someone who has upgraded to every single Pro since the 11 and then downgraded to a 13 mini, why? Why did I grab the baseline 17? Why would I go for one less camera than the Pro? Supposedly not as nice build material, colors. Outsiders won't even know I got the newest iPhone. The Pro, you could tell right away. Why would I go with the regular 17? For those of you who are new here, welcome to the channel. I am Nivik, and I've been using basically this iPhone. I want you guys to see the size difference here. That is absolutely ridiculous difference. And this is not even the bigger phone. The Pro Max is even bigger. The iPhone 13 mini has been basically the only phone I've been using for the past 90 something days, and it's excellent. It's like really good at what I need it to do. Phone calls, text messages, FaceTime, tap to pay, navigation, Google Maps in my car with the Apple CarPlay, Pandora for music streaming. Probably no better device out there if I was just using it for those things, which, to be fair, for the past 90 days has been the case. Yeah, I'll occasionally watch YouTube on it, occasionally order a Domino's pizza. For the most part, what I'm doing daily is just those few things that I mentioned. There's some other little things here and there, but they're once in a while occurrences. The problem is that when I first got this mini 90 days ago, the software was running great, the battery was decent enough, everything was smooth. Ever since a few updates came out for it, it kind of slowed down. The apps weren't staying held open in the background anymore. It kind of sucks switching from one app to another and then like 10 seconds later going back to the first app you were using and it has to reload. That really sucks, even for a phone as old as this one, because it has so much power. When this phone came out, it was leaps and bounds above anything at the time. So for it to not be able to hold at least 2 apps open is really ridiculous. But as we all know, Apple tends to slow down their devices as they age, especially as newer devices release. The size of the mini is perfect, but unfortunately the world has kind of moved on from that. Hopefully one day SE special edition mini will come out again and I'll be first in line. Until then, I thought I'd try this. This is the iPhone 17 base model. 256 gigs, $829 because I purchased Unlock, $799 if you're activating it with a carrier. Something I said in the video with the 13 mini, and I'll say it here. I was not getting $1,000 worth of use out of my 16 Pro. It was only 128 gigs. The extra camera for zoom, while I did use it here and there, it's not a must. It's not something that makes my decision when purchasing a smartphone, as you could see from the dual lens, not zoom lens camera. The Pro features, things like ProRes, RAW photos, things of that nature, adding an SSD to the back of the phone to record directly to it. I wasn't doing any of that. I basically had a smartphone that was $1,000 plus tax, so $1,069, and all I was doing on it was making phone calls, sending text messages, FaceTime, tap to pay, navigation, Pandora. That doesn't sound like a proper investment. It was kind of overkill for what I was doing. The 13 mini, for $200, which I paid for it by the way, was really good until the updates started making it slower. Probably the battery as well. I'm trying out the 17 for a few reasons. I'm trying to do more stuff on the phone. I recently downloaded Instagram again because I am in New Jersey and all of my family and friends in New Jersey have Instagram. That's kind of how they keep in touch. It's not something that I want to do, but it's kind of important if I want to stay connected with all my family and friends here. Another thing is that I've been doing a lot of side hustles, and this phone wasn't really able to handle those properly. Imagine being on a phone call and going to write like a confirmation number somewhere, and the phone is stuttering. It's not letting you do it. Weird situation, especially because the Notes app isn't really like crazy hard to open app or anything like that. It's not graphic intensive. It's not CPU intensive. I don't think it is. So having issues like that was hindering my day-to-day life performance. Trying the 17, and the reason I went with the regular 17 versus the Pro, one, the Pro's price is now $10.99. Now, I understand you're getting 256 gigs, but as you guys will see in a second what I'm about to say, that doesn't really justify it for me. So you're getting a 256 gig Pro device. I would never get the Max. I'm a mini person. Max is way too big for me. The 17 is actually pretty much over the top of what I would prefer in terms of phone size. So you're getting a 256 gig phone with more battery, a zoom camera. I don't use all the Pro features because I'm using a professional Sony camera right now. So that's my Pro camera. Whenever I'm using the phone, it's just to take pictures of my kids really quickly, take a quick video of something, scan a document. I'm never really using my phone for Pro stuff. I'm using my camera for Pro stuff. Basically, it's $300 more for stuff I'm never going to use. The bigger battery, yeah, but I just saw a bunch of battery tests on YouTube. It doesn't look like the battery's that much better. It's probably better for sustained use, like high performance, high intensive video games, maybe recording 4K at higher frame rates and stuff like that. It's probably better, but I'm not doing any of that, so I don't really need that. Basically, yeah, around $300 more for the Pro. The 17 now has ProMotion, so we have a 1 to 120 hertz screen, which is phenomenal. It's about time, Apple. Like, really, it's about time. It is now 256 gigabytes without the price going up. So why did the price of the Pro go up by 100 if the base model is still $799? What sense does that make? I'm so confused by that. That is such a weird... Nobody's talking about that. The Pro went up $100 for nothing. If the base model got double the storage for free, shouldn't the Pros got double the storage for free? What are you paying for in the Pro? Because it's in the Plateau? Because they crammed everything up there? No, I don't want to pay extra $100 for that. And you probably shouldn't either. If you got the base 16 last year and upgraded the storage, you would be paying $899. It's 256 gigs, ProMotion. The phone is gorgeous, as you guys can see. I'm really huge fan of the white color. It looks really nice. I like because it's the frosted back instead of the shiny glossy. I don't know if last year's phone had that. I don't quite remember, but I remember that being like a Pro thing, having the frosted back. The regular 17 has the frosted back as well. Really awesome. Really like that. The chip is faster than last year's Pro Max, and the battery life seems to be on par with the Pro, the 17 Pro. So basically, I would be paying $300 more for a zoom camera, a little bit different design. To me, that is an absolute waste of money. I left a comment on Marquez's video when he was talking about the iPhones, and I told everybody what I was doing, and I got a lot of comments, people saying that's crazy, that's stupid, why would you go from the 16 Pro to the 17? I didn't go exactly from the 16 Pro to the 17, and even if I did, it wouldn't have been that crazy of a transition, honestly. I went from the 16 Pro to the 13 mini, and now I purchased the 17 to see if it's worth keeping. That's the whole moral of the story with this video. I might just go replace the battery on this, and if that fixes it, then I really don't need a new phone. My wife, however, needs a new phone, and that's kind of why I bought the 17. My wife's 12 mini looks like it's on the verge of kicking the bucket any second. Her screen is flickering green. The middle part of the touchscreen don't work. She can't hit certain letters on the keyboard when typing. Her phone is pretty much toast. So that's kind of why I purchased the 17. I'm going to be doing videos with it. I'm going to be testing it out. And if she doesn't want it for any reason, and if I decide I don't want it, we could just return it. Apple gives you 14-day returns with no restocking fee. So you basically get all the money back. That's pretty much it with my iPhone 17 journey at the moment. Stick around, subscribe. I'm definitely going to be doing a full review of this phone. Tell me what you guys think of the 17 series. What are your thoughts? Are you guys going for the Pro? Are you guys going for the Air? I would highly recommend not spending any more money. Just get yourself a 17 if you're in the market for a new phone. It literally has everything you could want besides a zoom lens. Zoom lenses are not worth $300.